Check. Intro never gets old, man. Intro never ever gets old, man. But anyway, D Chambers does his thing every time he does do his thing, whether if it's film or any type of audio work. But anyway, welcome to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Mardy Manziel. Today I'm rolling solo dolo, so it's just me. Today is Sunday, April 7th, 2019. This is a week after Nipsey Hussle's untimely, I call it assassination, or he was murdered nonetheless. But we are a week after this, and I'll get into Nipsey Hussle in a second. But right now, I am coming fresh off of last night was a beautiful event at White Oak Music Hall out here in Houston, Texas. It was an open source event. There was like a live DJ event, and there was a lot of, how can I say, it was just a party, man. It was a party. It was super dope. It was a few DJs on the ones and twos taking turns doing their thing. The DJs that I saw was DJ Ninth Sage, Morgan, and I saw a little bit of DJ Haram. The vibes were super dope. I want to shout out there to everybody that was there at White Oak Music Hall last night. Shout out to DJ Frio. Y'all will meet her pretty soon, or y'all will at least hear from her pretty soon. I'll have her on the show nonetheless. But last night was super dope. The vibes were right. Good people, good energy. I definitely needed to be around that after a very long, emotional. I'm still pretty emotional about Nipsey Hussle's death. So it was just good to be around good energy after being, at work with death on the mind and, just going through all my Nipsey Hussle memories and whatnot. But I wanted to go ahead and get the White Oak Music Hall piece out of the way because last night was super dope, like I say, and I would love to be back anytime that the open source family would like to have me back in the building. I'd love to be back anytime. But right now, I would really like to get into Nipsey Hussle being murdered. So I've been in my thoughts and in my mind, and I've had conversations with other people about Nipsey's death as well. I really wanted to do an episode a couple days ago while a lot of the stuff was still just fresh on my mind, but I have a little bit of a head cold, so my voice really isn't what it should be. But nonetheless, I'm feeling better today, so I just wanted to get on record and just get my feelings out the air, and I want to go ahead and dedicate this episode to Nipsey Hussle, Nipsey Hussle's family, friends, and everybody that really, everybody that's just in tune with the whole All Money In camp and the Marathon clothing store and everything else that Nipsey Hussle had going on. Nipsey Hussle, a great man, a king, a true king, a walking king. We don't really have too many gentlemen that are walking this planet that come from the street, get out of the street, do for their community, put the youth onto positive things to get them out of the street, spread the message about medicine, spread the message about being a sole owner of an entity or a business. We don't have many of these black men that are really just walking around. And yes, I'm going to highlight black men in particular because the only few that come to my mind off the top of the head, and this is just off the top of the head, sporadically, Nipsey Hussle, Jay Z, Puff, or Diddy, whatever you want to call him, Michael Jordan, my pops, Jordan Peele, um, and Jay Prince. Oh man, and there's one more, and the last person that I can think of is Tyler Perry, and I just want to highlight black men for the moment. But these, black men that are giving back, black men that at least have something that is 100% theirs, 100% they own. It's not many of them that are walking around, but as far as Nipsey Hussle in particular, to be so young, to say Nipsey was 33, man, you would have, man, I swear, like, I feel like I came across Nipsey, man, 2008, maybe 2009, just surfing the internet, and whenever the internet was still brand new, as far as seeing what we could see and getting all of the just researching music, because at that point in time, we were still wrecking our parents' computers with LimeWire, FrostWire, or whatever source that you wanted to use. But I came across Nipsey Hussle's music, and to say that Nipsey's music didn't even impact me from the go would be it would be a misstep, or I would misspeak to say that. To really just, it's even hard for me to even put it into words how Nipsey's music has impacted my life. I've been listening to Nipsey Hussle since high school. I'm about 10 years removed from high school. It's crazy to think that I'm almost 10 years removed from it. But Nipsey's music was just always important. And I feel like Nipsey was like the street version of J. Cole in a sense, to where, how like we came across J. Cole, and J. Cole was like Big Brother to us, and but he was like the Big Brother that was the good dude and did everything right. Nipsey Hussle was the Big Brother that was in the streets, in my opinion. And not only was he the Big Brother that was in the streets, but he was in the Big Brother that made it out of the streets and showed us what to do with money, showed us how to treat our queens, showed us how to be a father, showed us how to be a businessman, showed us how to not take any disrespect, you know, just showed different ways of being a king on this planet and spreading a message and doing the right thing. Nipsey Hussle, you will be missed, but you know, as the slogan says, the marathon must continue, and I guarantee everybody that you impacted, they're gonna pick up the baton right where you left it, and we're gonna keep running with this thing. It ain't never gonna stop. It ain't never gonna end. We just, thankful that I was able to be here, because to be able to be here, to be around, to experience the energy, to experience just the development of everything. I was young whenever Pac was killed, but I'm old enough now to know, at least to get somewhat of a feeling. Because as I've been talking to some of the older people in my life, they say like, man, like whenever Pac was killed, this is what it felt like when Pac was taken from us. And that's a powerful thing. It's a super powerful thing, and I know a lot of people are going around with their conspiracy theories and whatnot, and that's cool. Think what you may, but at the end of the day, Black King was taken from us. Uh, a father was taken from his child. A husband was taken from his wife. A son was taken from parents. I just hope that we can all just gather together and we have been. We definitely have been. And I just want everybody to keep going and keep prospering and keep doing whatever it is that their goal is, whatever that they're passionate about. Um, I want to, there's been, excuse me, there's been a lot of positivity going on around, and I don't want none of this to end. Um, there's been city to city nationwide, and even today on my timeline, I saw there was a tribute to Nipsey Hussle from Africa. Like I said, man, this man is a king. Nipsey was celebrated in LA. Nipsey was celebrated in Houston. Nipsey was celebrated in Dallas. Nipsey was celebrated in New Orleans, Detroit. I believe I saw something from Miami, if I'm correct, and I definitely saw Dave East holding it down in New York. Anytime that a man from the streets carved his lane in hip hop, carved his lane into the tech industry, and to be in talks with moguls and entrepreneurs and can stand shoulder to shoulder. That's a great man. And for me personally, I look at it a bit different. Whenever OGs that are older than us, or even older than people that were older than Nipsey's age in their 30s, whenever you have people like Puff, people like Jay, people like Jay Prince, you got billionaires and other people just in different industries standing right next to you, uh, hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? In this business thing, it shows how much respect that people have for you, the higher ups have for you, rather. All the support and all the love that I saw on the timeline for Nipsey Hussle, it was truly amazing. It's unfortunate because the last time that I did see all the love was whenever Mac Miller was killed. Well, scratch that. Whenever Mac Miller was found dead, I saw a lot of love, and it hurt, man. It hurt whenever Mac Miller died. It hurt whenever Pimp C died. It hurt whenever Nipsey Hussle died. These are just some of the rappers off the top of my head. It hurt whenever Chinks died, was killed rather. Um, but it's just amazing to see all the respect that's going on, city to city, coast to coast. Shit, even other, like I said, even other countries are getting in on it, and I love it. I don't want none of the positivity to stop. Please keep the family of Nipsey Hussle in your prayers. His brother, his mother, his father, his wife, his children, everybody that has to do with the Marathon Clothing Store, the All Money Inn brand, everything in between. Another thing that I want to touch on as far as Nipsey Hussle is concerned is the gang culture that I saw. Everybody in LA that I saw unified, whether if it's a blue flag, a red flag, whether if whatever set you claim, whatever territory you claim, I saw all of them marching in unison together. And damn it, to be honest with you, it looks like Nipsey Hussle was street Jesus. You know what I'm saying? To be able to spread a message, to be able to bring every single gang together in your untimely demise, to see all these different sets walking and you know just having a conversation, as my people would say, they just out there josing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just having a good time, just reminiscing, exchanging stories, locking fingers. You know, you really unifying. That's a man, y'all. That is a beautiful thing. I got family members that who claim colors, and listen, uh, the things that they have told me, boy, this peace treaty go down, it's gonna be a real thing, and it's gonna be good times. I promise it is. And I can, if I had to guess, I would say that all the communities that were once affected by gang violence are gonna be turned around by, uh, unfortunately, uh, untimely death. Last but not least, I want to shout out to Russell Westbrook. Um, Not just because uh, the basketball thing, but for us to be able to go out there, put it all on the line, and give 20 points, 20 rebounds, 21 assists, if I'm correct. Boys, add that up. You know what that is? That's 60 shit. Y'all know what that is. That's for Nipsey Hussle, man, and that's a very very special tribute, man. That is a very honorable thing, and that's a difficult thing. And I just want to shout out to Russell Westbrook because I definitely did see that. Shit, you got to respect it one way or another. Um, as I kind of switch gears here, and I just want to say rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. And as I switch gears here, I want to talk about the respect that a lot of the young kids do not have in the year 2019. So, true story, I can't make this up. A couple months ago, I pulled up at the gas station right here up the street from the house, and it's an older gentleman. He be in there all the time. He be, uh, behind the register doing his thing. I walk in, it's like late at night. It's like 10:30, and it's a kid in there. He's like 9. He can't be no older than 11. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. The kid can't be no older than 11. The kid walks in there, and he has like all his snacks and shit that he getting ready to buy. The kid is maybe like $3 short, right? And the older gentleman that's always in there, I call him Pop, so that's what we gonna call him in the store. Pop was trying to explain to the kid, like, yo, you a couple dollars short, my man. Like, I'll, let you slide if you was like a couple, cents short or whatever, whatever. But, you a few dollars short. Like, I can't let you slide. Keep in mind, I'm just now walking into the building and it's a bunch of other adults up in there. The kid flashes out, loses his shit. He's like, fuck you, old man. Suck my dick. Da 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 da. And like everybody looked around and was like, "What?" Like the kid is throwing stuff at Pops, like at the little plexiglass, like cussing him out, causing a scene. And I'm like, "Damn, son! Like this is a kid. Like nothing about that shit is funny. If you laughing, you might need to, that might be your child one day. You know what I mean?" The kids is like really like flashing out and wilding out, and that's just one example of it. I'm sure y'all have seen some examples of children that are super young that are just talking completely out of control. When I was 9, 10, 11 years old, I wasn't talking like that, not at all. And unfortunately, I think a lot of the lack of respect that these kids have come from not only from inside of their homes, but some of these kids are influenced the wrong way, and I hate to say that, but these kids are being influenced by the incorrect people. And whenever I see a lot of the ignorant shit, I try my best to turn a blind eye to it, but some of this shit just gotta stop. Uh, I look at people like Takashi 6ix9ine. I look at people like Kodak Black. I look at a lot of these kids that are just wilding out, dyeing their hair, tats in the face, looking nuts, sipping lean, popping Xannies. Like, not only is that the only shit that they talk about in their music, but this is the lifestyle that they live in, and then they passing all this shit on to the young bulls. Keep in mind, music and hip hop is something for the young kids. I was once 13, 11, you know what I mean? And we was coming up and I found my favorite artists and we grew with them from there. Some of them artists I don't even rock with to this day no more. Some of them artists are still around and I really fuck with them to this day still. But whenever you got, certain influencers in the wrong spaces influencing the naive minds, it it gets sticky and it gets ugly. And as far as Kodak is concerned, he went off on the deep end whenever he was making them jokes about Young and May. My nigga, off top, that's a female, bro. That woman is not interested in you. She likes women like we like women. If that's stated, if that's public information, back the fuck off, my nigga. Back the fuck off altogether. Kodak, whenever, women have great men pass away, like Nipsey Hussle, Kodak don't say nothing about how, you would act right for my nigga, like, be cool. You know, some people have this thing nowadays to where it's like, I gotta let the internet know what I'm thinking. I gotta let the timeline know how I'm feeling. Word of advice, sometimes it's cool, and I promise it's okay to just shut the fuck up and keep everything to yourself. Not even just keep everything. It's cool to shut the fuck up and keep some stuff to yourself. It's cool. If you don't let that tweet go, if you don't get on Instagram Live go, it's gonna be okay. You know, you can put that shit somewhere else. You can take that energy, you can put that emotion, you can put that shit somewhere else and just let that be. Some of the shit is just getting completely out of control and out of hand. You know, and I do like Kodak's music, I really do, but it's about to come to a point where a couple of things about to happen for Kodak. Either he gonna get his shit together and he gonna elevate from this, or he can finally get some type of OG and get up under an OG, you know what I'm saying, and let an OG put him on game from there. But it appears that he doesn't want it. And if those two things don't work out, we're gonna see Kodak Black like disintegrate in front of us, one way or another. Whatever that may be, I don't know. But what I can tell you is I hope Kodak does get his shit together because I think that he could be rather, somebody important down the line. Especially how a lot of these kids like rock with him. And I see a lot of people from Florida on my timeline that are just overly supporting this man. And it's like, God damn, like I get that he from y'all state and I get that he from sections where y'all from and y'all want him to win and XYZ, but to be honest, y'all gotta be able to tell you not only your friends, but the people you support, uh, that sometimes the shit that they got going on and the shit that they doing online, it's not cool. It's not. Make sure you tell people that. It's important. Real niggas just don't let shit like that slide and just let it go. So I appreciate real ones like T.I. I appreciate real ones like Game. I appreciate real ones like Tank getting on, expressing their opinion, saying what they gotta say, and getting out the way. In reference to Kodak. When somebody die, you don't try and immediately get at their wife or their girl. That's some that's some weirdo shit, bro. That's just my opinion on that, my perspective, rather. And of course, um, I feel like in this music shit, it's important to have a big homie. It's important to have an OG that you can talk to. It's important to have just people like that around. You know, Young Boy was up under Kevin Gates, meaning he was up under, Gates was trying to put him on game and show him how to do XYZ. Something happened between them two. They fell out. I respected things happen. Young Boy was rocking up under Moneybag Yo. Who knows? That could have turned into Yo Got It. Something happened between them two. They fell out. Things happen. Now, I feel like there's a point in time whenever Kodak was not only, you know, I felt like Ross tried to take him up under his wing. I felt like Khaled tried to take him up under his wing. I feel like Plies even tried to take him up under his wing. And whatever happened, happened, and Kodak just don't want their guidance. I saw what Lil Yachty was acting like prior to being fully managed by QC. We all saw how Lil Pump was out here acting prior to being uh, up under Gucci. All I'm saying is, if you get in the right positions, and if an OG tries to put you on some game, shut the fuck up and just listen. You know, some people don't get that though, but I guess that's just something that's up in my era, and somewhere in between my era and the era that's behind me, it just got lost all up in the mix. Hopefully, we do a better job, people in my era, because shit, soon enough we gonna be the OGs. A lot of the people in my age bracket, shit, I'm about to be 26 in a couple weeks. You know, it's a lot of game that we got to give these young bulls. You know what I'm saying, going forward. Shit, we out here having children. We got to make sure that we instilling the right game into these young bulls, not even into these young bulls, but into these young queens and kings. We got to do the right thing. That's my opinion on that. As far as getting things done, one thing that I was, being selfish about is, well, I guess that was me just being selfish because on the timeline I saw a lot of people saying that, oh, I felt like we had more time to do X, Y, Z, but my thing is, family, y'all gotta maximize all time possible. All time possible must get maximized. Whether if it's doing a project that you said you was gonna do 2 weeks ago and you haven't even got to it yet, maximize your time now to go ahead and get that done. If you in the studio and if you feel like you need to hit up whoever on your in your phone book to get this record done, do that now. Time is something that we don't know how much of it that we really got. We all on borrowed time. We got to get shit done. We got to get things popping. Like I say, I'm about to be 26. I got a legacy to leave behind, and I got a legacy that I'm building personally. I don't have much time to be wasting anymore. And I'm amazed at the things that Nipsey Hussle and Pac were able to get done on their time on this planet. Me personally, I'm amazed. If I'm blessed to be around 80 plus years like my grandma is, man, y'all better remember me for something. And if y'all don't remember me for nothing, then the shit, it's all on me. It's my fault because I ain't go hard enough. And you can leave it right there. So I just want to spread that little message about time in between. Um, Now, as I transition into music, more solely into music, I didn't see any releases over the weekend as far as hip hop is concerned. And I'm not sure if that's because of Nipsey Hussle's death, but if it is, I'll chalk it up to that. And that's just a respect from the music industry. Um, Dreamville Festival was yesterday in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and J. Cole, of course, did his thing, and they had all kind of different acts there. I saw 21 Savage, I saw Meek, I saw, of course, Cole did perform. I saw SZA. I believe Chance was there, if I remember correctly. But there were, it's just beautiful to see that, and I really feel like going forward, rappers and festivals are going to be the new thing, to where they're going to start doing their own thing individually. Like, I feel like a lot of our favorite acts, they're going to finally start having their own festivals. Instead of being invited and performing at, Coachella, South by Southwest, the Palooza festivals, uh, I can go on and on with all these different festivals. Rolling Loud, Hangout Fest. Shout out to all those festivals too in between, but I feel like all of our rappers and artists that we like, I feel like it's going to come to a point where these artists are going to start having their own festivals, i.e. Dreamville Fest, i.e. Astroworld Fest. Astroworld Fest was amazing, by the way. I did read somewhere along the lines that there is going to be another Astroworld Fest. Hopefully, I can get a live podcast recording going on at one of those, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think rappers and festivals are going to be something. Uh, their own independent festivals is going to be something that we're going to see going forward. Shit, everything go right. Yeah, I can't wait until I roll out my festival. Shit, if you know me, if you really know me, and if you've been around me for the last 6 years, y'all know that I've been planning my own festival. I can't really give y'all the details of everything what that includes right now, but know that I am planning my own festival, and I have been planning my own festival for years now. And will as more will be revealed sooner, and that's the best that I can say about that. So, like I say, man, rappers in these festivals, man, it's gonna be super dope. It's gonna be super cool. Made in America is coming up as well later on this summer. Boy, oh boy, I think that that is going to be one of the ones to go to this summer. If you have any type of, if you got the funds to do it, by all means, go ahead and do it. Made in America is going to be beautiful this year. Rolling Loud is going to be beautiful this year. Everything's going to be super dope, man. And I hope, I hope that we don't just box my guy, Lil Nas, into strictly country because shit, little Nas, he belong everywhere. Shit, you know. And if y'all don't know who Lil Nas is, he is the architect behind the hit record Old Town Country. Um, it's a country record, but the country powers that be took Old Town Country off of the country charts. Lil Nas ended up going up to, he charted at number 19 on the country charts, and shit was gaining too much steam. Boys snatched it down from him. They was like, nope, can't have you in our party. No, no, no. So, off of this Lil Nas thing for a second, and you know how they pulled him off the charts, and they were like, he's not making, that's not a country song because it's got drums in the back, da 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 da. Well, I have a couple questions. And please feel free to jump in and let me know something, educate me. I don't want to be ignorant my whole life. So if Lil Nas doesn't have a country record right there, what does Post Malone make? What does The Weeknd make? What is Justin Timberlake? What is Waka Flocka? Like what is all this? And I hate that the lines are getting blurred in between all this because over the week I was having a discussion with some of my peers, and boys were trying to sit there and tell me that the Weeknd is strictly, and I use the word strictly because that's the word that they use. They said that the Weeknd is strictly a R&B artist. Well, I mean, I don't think so because he has other different type of pop like records. And of course, this whole what is pop and what is country and what is rap, this all spills off and from the Joe Budden podcast because they were having a discussion about what is pop and what is not. That was a whole thing where they were talking about Ja Rule and J Lo, where they had a couple records and they were saying, you know, just what is pop and what is not. So my question to y'all is like, well, if the Weeknd is strictly R&B, then we're gonna have to start looking at the board all together, and we're going to start looking at these artists all together and saying, well, is that you're gonna have to start subcategorizing everything, everything. You know how we have hip hop, and then we got the subgenre of trap, and we got the subgenre of conscious rap, and we have the subgenre of gangster rap, and we got the subgenre of silly rap. Silly rap as far as like Afro Man's I Got High, or you know things in that same vein. I just hate that the lines are getting blurred, and I hate that Lil Nas isn't getting the country recognition that he does deserve. The record's got a full fucking banjo in the back, dog. The record is hot, hot, hot. Some people just won't be able to understand it though. or they don't want to respect it. Whatever the case may be, he belongs on the country charts. Shout out to Billy Ray, came through with the fire remix, came through, dropped it off, put Lil Nas back on the country charts, nigga. That's where he belong. Shit, put him on them country charts, baby. Shit, even if it make it to, and even if he make it to rap, rap radio, shit, let him live right there on them charts too. Music is universal. I feel like music shouldn't even be subcategorized. If shit, if it sound like country music, fuck it, it's country. We all got different types of genres of music that we like. I got alternative records I like. I like real rock records I like, heavy metal, R&B, pop, soul, blues. It's just music, man. It's just music. Like the music or not, it's gotta live somewhere. The music most definitely just has to live. So I'm right here on the back end of the show. I didn't really plan on. The original plan was not to even do a long show today, and right now I'm sitting around 36 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up pretty soon. And people were having these conversations about Cardi B drugging men and robbing them, and they were saying like it's the same thing as Bill Cosby and Bill Cosby and date raping women. Well, first off, Bill Cosby is a nasty man. We all know this. So Bill Cosby is where he is because he is a nasty man. Super sicko. Um, Now, if you know anything about dances and strip clubs and strippers, you know that the dancers they always be with the hood niggas. If you know anything, then you know the dancers are always around, dudes that got the muscle. If you know anything about any type of street culture, then you know dancers and robbers go hand in hand. They are two peas in a pod. So whenever people were like, whenever Cardi came out and she said that she was getting men, like she was date raping them, or how can I say, she was just getting men drunk and getting them robbed, or whatever the case may be. It's it that didn't shock me, and I'm not just making this exclusive to Cardi B. This is I can't tell y'all about y'all experiences, but I can tell you about mine. I've been to booty clubs all up and down the state of Louisiana, from the very tip top all the way down to the bottom. I've been to strip clubs in Dallas. I've been to strip clubs in Houston. I've been to strip clubs in Florida. All dances move the same unless they're a rookie, and I'm excluding the rookies from this conversation. I'm talking about the seasoned veteran dances. The dances that that you spin the grip for. You know what I mean? Dances that you will pack up, hit the road, just to go see that dancer do her thing in the club. And even the dancers that's just grimy and they just out here getting it too. I'm surprised that I shouldn't be surprised that y'all are acting surprised, but goddamn, I am. Why are y'all so shocked that dancers and robbers are two in the same, bro? They're two peas in a pod. They really are. Like, if y'all don't think robbers and niggas that do kick doors for a living aren't tight with the dancers, man, fucking y'all are out of your mind. I would say some more about that, but that would be giving up too much game. I just want people to stop acting surprised because a lot of this, it's shit. It's been written on the wall a long time ago, way before Cardi B was even who she is today. I saw people trying to cancel Cardi B. Too late. Cardi B probably 200 mil up by now, laughing at y'all, talking about cancel culture. You know how many women love Cardi B? Cardi B ain't never going nowhere, boy. She got to do something real stupid, real foul, real way out of pocket in order for people to really cancel her altogether. But that's just my perspective. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. In a minute. Um, right now, we are approaching the end of the NBA season, and we are also approaching the NFL draft. Um, I guess niggas really don't care about the NFL draft, but hey, if you're a fan of the NFL, if you are still a fan of the NFL, then the NFL draft is going to be in Nashville. I can imagine that to be extremely boring because I haven't heard of nobody just saying, "Hey, I'm going to Nashville for the weekend." You down the road? Never heard that sentence a day in my life. But hey, the NFL draft is in Nashville this year, and it's at the end of this month. If your team is in the top 10 and has a chance to get a franchise changing player, then I know this is a good time for you all. I am a fan of the Oakland Raiders, so unfortunately, I have to be glued to uh, what they do come draft day. I know what I would like my Raiders to do. I would like them to go defense heavy and go ahead and just why don't we go ahead and look for a replacement for Derek Carr just in case it doesn't work out? Just in case. That's just my thought. But to my main point, we are approaching the end of the NBA season. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan as well, so I haven't had much to cheer for in the last couple seasons. But this summer, I have hope that we can get young Zion Williams. And if we can't get young Zion Williams, then I will be extremely happy if we go ahead and take young Joe Grant from Murray State. We need that in Chicago. We need something to get excited for. We need some type of explosion. You know, uh, we need that, man. We deserve it. Shit. Boys told me that we were never gonna make the playoffs again, and we were never gonna win no NBA championship again because it's the curse of Jordan. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's kind of tough. It's tough taking all these L's on the chin. It really is. But goddamn, word to Adam Silver. Can we get a little bit of love in the NBA draft lottery? You know, please. As we approach the end of the NBA season, that's just my spill on my as far as the teams that aren't making the playoffs. Currently, right now, it's a lot of jockeying for position, especially in the Eastern Conference. Right now, currently, at this very moment right now, if the playoffs were to start right now in the Eastern Conference, Detroit would be playing Milwaukee. Shout out to my boy Langston Galloway, straight out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He holding it down for the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are currently in the playoffs right now, so they would be playing the number one seed Milwaukee Bucks. The Orlando Magic would be playing the Toronto Raptors. I think Raptors are going to go ahead and take care of that real soon. Brooklyn versus Philly. Um, I think Philly is going to go ahead and take care of that. And the Pacers, without Victor Oladipo, are going to be playing the Boston Celtics. And a lot of people have been going back and forth, saying, "Oh, Milwaukee's going to come out the East. Oh, the Celtics are going to come out the East. Oh, the Sixers are going to come out the East." Well, this is just my opinion and my opinion only. And I think the Eastern Conference really goes like this: the Sixers are the most talented team. The Sixers and the Celtics are, I can say they're pretty much equally talented, but I think that Philly plays with a little bit more togetherness than the Celtics do. And the Celtics have had like a dark cloud over their entire franchise ever since they let Isaiah Thomas go. So, but that's a story for another day. And I just, as much as I like watching Milwaukee play, something's just not right with Milwaukee. Like I don't trust it. So that leaves me with Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto Raptors have been my pick to come out of the Eastern Conference ever since they traded for Kawhi Leonard. They traded for Marc Gasol, which only adds a little bit more beef and a little bit more length to their starting lineup and to their full rotation altogether. So I mean, hey, My pick is the Toronto Raptors to come out of the Eastern Conference. It really don't mean too much of nothing because, hey, I am just a fan of the game. That's just me. So I feel like Toronto's going to come out of the East, and over there in the Western Conference, if the playoffs were to start today, the San Antonio Spurs would be playing the Warriors. Gabe, I know you listening. Good luck, bro. The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be listening. Oh, the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be playing the Denver Nuggets, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder go ahead and take care of the Nuggets if the playoffs started today. One, because the Nuggets have had a fantastic season, but I just don't believe in them. Um, the Nuggets are a junior version of the Golden State Warriors, where they have all these pieces in place and everybody shoots threes. Looks good, looks real good, but I think that y'all have to hit their. I think the Nuggets have to hit their head a few times and add a couple more pieces off the bench before they can really make noise, especially in the West, or at least until the Warriors break up. The Clippers are matched up with the Houston Rockets. Shout out to Doc Rivers. I think he is in consideration for Coach of the Year, but the Houston Rockets are going to be a little bit too much for the Clips, and Chris Paul and James Harden are going to do what it do against the Clippers. That's that on that. Last but not least, Utah Jazz versus the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers are going to go ahead and take this one out. So once again, here we are, and I think the Western Conference Finals comes down to the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. I think that's going to go games one more time. And just my personal opinion, something isn't right with the Golden State Warriors. Yes, they might. I can't wait for this 30 for 30 20 years from now, whenever the Golden State Warriors, this dynasty, gets immortalized with 30 for 30 or Basketball Life or whatever sports documentary that you want to roll with. I can't wait for this specific season to be the story to be told about this specific season. I don't think so. I'm not gonna pick against the Warriors, but hey, something doesn't look right. DeMarcus Cousins he's out here auditioning for a max contract. I think he's looking for his. We've all seen the rumors about Kevin Durant headed to New York. And just a side note, if if Kevin Durant does not sign with the Knicks, I would not be surprised if he signs with the Brooklyn Nets. That's just my personal opinion, and that's my hot take on that. So yeah, it's gonna come down to the Warriors and the Rockets one more time. I'm not gonna pick against the. I'm not gonna pick against the Warriors just because I've seen what death by a thousand threes looks like, and the Golden State Warriors are exactly what death by a thousand threes looks like. So I'm not gonna pick against them. It's a disappointing season for the Lakers and LeBron James. Once again, it's just weird seeing LeBron in purple and yellow. It's really weird. And yes, Laker fans, I'm hating on y'all. I'm hating on all Laker fans, and I hate Laker Nation. But I do have respect for LeBron James and everything that he's done. Oh, how could I forget to add LeBron James into that king list of powerful black men in this country? Go ahead and add LeBron in there one time. Um, that's really all that I have right now for the moment. This has been another episode of the Perspective Podcast with your host. I am Mardy Manziel. Mardy Manziel on Twitter, Mardy Manziel on Instagram. Uh, until next time, y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for tuning in. Repost this, share this, like this, send it to a homie. If you think I said something, or even if I misspoke, shit, I don't want to be ignorant my whole life. Y'all get at me, let me know something. You know what I mean? Finessing since '93. The hats are on the way back. I want to shout out to everybody that's been constantly either DMing me, texting me, calling me, asking me something about it. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all. Thank you to my old customers. Thank you to my new customers. Thank you to everybody in between. Finesse Since 93 is on the way back. This is the Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Mardy Manziel, a.k.a. Marty Lee. I'm out. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed night.